Om. In this video, in a moment, I'm going to flip my camera around and I'm going to show you a side-by-side of a Chaldean Numeroscope, which is basically a birth chart, and also it can show different areas of your life using your birthday and also your name. And in this video, I really want to focus in on the importance of the right name. The name is like the body of the soul, the essence, which is the essence chart, which I'll show you in a minute, which is the birthday, which you can't change. But how that birthday, how that soul, that life purpose, that life path, how the soul, the mental and emotional of the soul, and all this is supposed to, how this purpose manifests in Earth plane, and how it comes through the name. The name is like the body of the soul. So if you think, one really good analogy for this, if you take a diamond, and that diamond's not any ordinary diamond, that's your name. And it's got special it's carved in a certain way where the facets are very, very unique. And when you drop the sun inside that, which is the soul, inside that diamond, it's going to refract the light in a variety of different ways. Based on, then the result's going to be based on the quality of the light of the sun, which is your essence, what kind of energy is there, and then how is it being channeled into different areas of life, your relationships, your health, your sex life, your career, your money flow, what you are attracting in life, your personality, your charisma, all this and more, which is your name is wielding the influence over. So you can't change your core information, which is your core karma, your core dharma, which is your life purpose, your life path, but you can change your name. Now, that said, briefly, what is the power of the name? Well, think about it. Sound is consciousness. The fundamental building block to consciousness and matter is sound. This is Indian mysticism, which modern quantum physicists are coming to their own conclusions, agreeing in the same way that physical matter, when they zoom in, okay, it went to a molecule, to a particle, oh my gosh, the particle is not actually solid, it's vibrations. They're finding out that what we're calling as physical reality, although it appears physical, is actually fundamentally made up of sound frequencies. Hence your name. And you think about a name, everyone's calling you that name all day. When you think of yourself as that name. And that name is further reinforced on your birth certificate, your driver's license, when you sign something at the bank, when you sign your name on your credit card statements. Like this, it's reinforced over and over. When you start to associate, that sound becomes so strong with you that it has an influence over you as well. It impacts how you, in different areas, which I'm going to turn the camera around now. Now, we have two charts here. This is the chart number 1. This is before a name change. This is chart number 2 to give you an example of what a name change can look like. Let's take a look at first at chart number 1 here. So what we have here, this is the birthday. This is the stuff we can't change, the birthday and the psyche chart. Now, down here we have, this is called the name chart. Now I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I'm going to go flip to a different screen real quick to take a better look at this. Okay, this is the same chart. This is just a screen that's dedicated to that chart to give a little more distinguishment. So here's the essence chart, which you can't change, and here's the 3 charts that is associated with the name. First, we have the soul comes down. This is the vocation chart. This is your emotions, how you feel on the inside. What's the energy that's kind of bubbling beneath the surface and feeling what you're motivating, what you're attracting in life. This energy right here is how called your personality chart, how that is translated through your personality, your charisma, what people feel from you, how people perceive you, how you're able to express yourself, and also your emotions as well. Here, finally, it culminates into your name chart. This is your physical body. This is where the rubber meets the road, where your soul comes down through the emotions, through the personality, and then it crystallizes here in the name. This is showing your health, your sex life, how you feel on the inside, your self-esteem. This is showing different areas of your life. This is your relationship with like your spouse and family on the bottom right. Bottom left is showing like colleagues, associates, employees. Top right is your friends. So here with the 11, 2 of your friends, this is showing a person a potential for being too sensitive to your friends, feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, especially because it's a 92, or actually it's a 29. Stress, burnout, people pleasing, taking on too much. And this is the outer top left is showing how the other outside world sees you and your relationship with that. This is showing like your money flow, how you think, how you express yourself, career stuff as well. And the name line here is showing the core of the personality of this person. And then we have how they feel on the inside, what people perceive of them, how they feel on the inside, and what's the ancestor karma coming down from their last name. And here is showing where this culminates, what the direction they're being pulled to go. And these all numbers mean so many different things that would take too long to break it down. But in general, red numbers are not ideal. Green numbers are better. And especially when you get certain green numbers in certain particular spots. You can see down here, these are very, very tough. You have 44, 8, 4 and 8 together creates a lot of upheaval, confusion, and karma. Every number has shadow and dark sides. Some numbers are much, much more difficult to balance, especially when it comes to master numbers, as a 44, 8, and particularly the 4s and 8s can create a lot of sudden changes and having your life reset, a lot of stress as well. Here you have the 99 in the emotional area, this is a number that can cause a lot of physical problems, having 9 in the emotional and the gut, because it can stagnate energy. It can have too much control. And there's also a 12-3 in there. 12-3 can amplify disease energy and cause a lot of confusion. 18-9 in that area will cause a lot of anger, stress. And then you have the 16-7 down here where it's all going towards. 16-7 is a number associated with fear, anxiety, and also strange diseases as well, loss of loved ones. This is what this chart was attracting. And when you have this amplified by the 18-9s, the 44-8s, and this 12 energy here, then you have an 11 up here, which makes them very, very sensitive and susceptible. Okay, that's the vocation, and I'm not going to go into that depth in this chart, but to show you this is a mirror of the other chart. It's just reversed. A lot of difficult numbers here. Then there's the 9 again in the solar plexus. And the 15-6, which in this case, when it's associated with this 9 here, this can cause some mysterious diseases based on all these different here. It's a 16-7, another 15-6, and you have the 8 and the 9s in the centers. And we have, of course, the name line as well. Very, very difficult. Okay, now let's take a look at the new chart, which is an example of a name change. Notice how everything goes green. Now, these aren't ordinary greens. These are the most auspicious of all the numbers. When I say auspicious, these are numbers that attract and are associated with when they do statistics. With billionaires, people who have a lot of success in life, they keep finding the same numbers over and over. And we have a lot of those numbers here. So the name chart here is primarily, this is the most important potential in the chart. This is the core name line. This is the vowels. This is the consonants. So it's all based upon the name. 37-1, and you'll notice that 37-1 appears in several places here, and you'll notice that it was brought down from the essence chart, the 37-1. So when you're changing your name, you can bring a lot of the positive qualities down from your essence chart and also help to neutralize and balance out the more difficult placements. For example, we have a 9 here. Well, we brought a lot of 6 energy and also 1 energy here, and we got the 5 here to keep the emotions moving, a lot of good health, a lot of good sexual energy, movement of the emotions. It's easy to express because we have the 3 on the outside here. And we have this nice 10-1, which allows a lot of positivity and confidence, a lot of luck as well. And 10-1s, especially in the mind center, it makes it very, very easy to manifest. You notice we brought that 10-1 down from the essence chart. Fantastic. And I'm not going to go and break all this stuff down, but needless to say, this is meticulously organized where we have maximized the best template for this particular person who's born on the 11th. Okay, I hope that gave you, with a layman's terms at best, a layman's understanding of Chaldean numerology. I hope that gave you an idea of the potential of Chaldean numerology, how intricate, complex, and much more robust it is than Pythagorean numerology. I hope that it showed you the power of how the name influences your life. I tried to go through it as quickly as possible, and I was speaking very fast because I didn't want to make this video too long. It is a little bit long already. But for those who are called to this, they're probably going to get a lot out of this video. I will say that changing your name, although it sounds very sexy and attractive, people will not be attracted to changing their name typically until there's a certain amount of karma, which is a certain amount of the lessons and learning and experience that the name pulls out of the essence chart has been completed. When you have reached a certain level of completion with that, it's time for a new destiny, a rebirth, a time to move on and move forward in a new and beautiful way. People like that will be attracted to change their name. A lot of celebrities use this technology. A lot of people in power use this technology. It's very, very powerful, very, very ancient tool that you can use to change your karma. You can't change the core karma of the birthday, but you can modulate it. You can bring out a lot of its positive qualities. You can help to neutralize and balance out other qualities that are a little more difficult to make it so your life is much more seamless and flows easier. So you're not fighting uphill all the time. You're not having to deal with problems with health, problems with relationships, problems with money, problems with career, problems with focus, problems with overthinking, overfeeling, or trouble feeling, trouble expressing yourself. What you're attracting in life that seems out of touch, that it's just coming into your life and you're wondering, why is that there? Because I don't think about these things and I'm not making this a priority, yet I keep attracting the same scenarios over and over and over again. How people are relating to you, how they see you. Are they seeing you as someone who's stressed out all the time? Are they seeing you as an angry person? Are they seeing you as somebody who wants to help? Are they seeing you as confident? And are they seeing you as somebody who is an influencer? Are they seeing you like a politician? This can all be manipulated with name technology. So I wanted to share this because this is a very, very powerful tool that I'm not just speaking. Of course, there's much tradition behind this. This is not something new, and it's not something that is trying to be proven. This has been demonstrated with testimonies over and over and over again. The grandfather of Chaldean Numerology in modern times, Chiro, who advised kings and queens, was very, very heavy into name change. He changed his own name. This is real stuff. Now, speaking from personal experience, I'll wrap this up. I changed my name for the most recent period, name change, and it wasn't even legally. So there are steps to this. There's legal name change, but there's ways of changing your name. We don't have to do it legally. Obviously, if you can and you're comfortable with it, legal is ideal because it helps to anchor in that energy and helps you release you from that, what they call where basically you're the karma you have in the space where you're born, and also the karma where you're at now. Because even if you move, you have to open up a bank, or you have to start putting your name out there, signing documents and stuff like this. You're bringing that karma with you. So just by changing your name and there are certain ways to change your name where you don't have to do it legally and can still get a lot of the results. I have done this several times. The most recent time was in 2022. Since that time, I have gone through a complete and utter life change. I have moved not only to a different state, to a different country. I am around people that I actually enjoy that are, you can call it like a community. For the first time in my life, a community of people that are on the same wavelength. So my relationships have changed. The way that I receive money has changed. I went from working to passive income. And like this, I've had so many experiences from different body things, health things, even to the way that I look. We're talking about being attracted to different hairstyles, clothes, and like a whole revamping of everything that just kind of happened automatically and spontaneously. This and more. That was just from a first name change. What I just showed you is when you go through the full process of doing the first name, middle names, and last name. It's extremely, extremely powerful. So if you're interested in learning more about changing your name or name change technology, leave a comment on this video. Let's get a discussion going. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe. If you want other people to see this video too, if you found it useful, hit the like button. Don't forget to check out the description where I have a link to my website where you can start. I'm starting to open up my store, and there's been a little bit of delay because I'm having issues with integrating the payment processor, but that said, it should be open in the next soon. And we're going to have in that store, you can find different ways to connect with me. Okay, wishing the best, happy manifesting, God bless.